Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Going in Blind. So yeah, this time around we're going to be talking about Final Fantasy 13 decks. So yeah, this is a project that I started with Final Fantasy 1, then 4, then 7, then 15. We're going to play around with the 13 deck ones because they're very different. Now, I know here we don't have any summons, but Final Fantasy 13 has every deck revolve around a character, and that character's fal'Cie, so it's summon basically. So we got the LaCie's and we got the fal'Cies. Pretty interesting situation, but in this case we don't have the deck revolving around LaCie's and fal'Cies. We do have a LaCie here, but it's going to be Commandos and Ravagers and whatever else Serah is, because it's about Serah. It's going to be Ice Lightning Serah, although there's only 2 lightning cards, which are going to be a Lightning and a Lumina, which are there for the flavor. Honestly, there's not much reason for it. It could just be a Lightning deck, an Ice deck if we take these away, but I just wanted to put Lumina and Lightning together, and I wanted to keep them in some other deck. If we have more ice cards, we can probably take these 2 out for consistency. And if we get more ice cards that are Serahs or Mogs, or maybe another Lumina or a Lightning and Ice, we can actually take these 2 away, which are just fodder. So for discarding and paying for everything else. But yeah, without further ado, let's go dive right in. We have Lightning cost 4. It's a forward Savior. I don't think Savior parts or any of the types matter, so I'm not going to mention them. It has haste and says, choose 1 forward, dull it. You can only use this ability while Lightning is attacking. And then you have another one, choose that was 1 cost, generic. Then we have specifically Ice Lightning. Choose 1 dull forward and break it. You can only use this ability while Lightning is attacking. And then finally we have a 1 generic, tap, and your opponent discards 1 card. You can only use it while ability during your turn and only once per turn. Okay, so you can only do this 3rd ability if you're not attacking, and it has haste, and you can only use the other 2 if it is attacking. So it's either dull or dull and break or tap. That's basically it. Then we got the Lumina for 3 cost backup. It's going to be tutoring. So when it enters the battlefield, search for 1 cost category 13 forward and add it to your hand. Then we have the Power Mogs. It's going to be cost 3, 3, 2, and 1. And 3 of these are backups. 1 is forwards, which is very much needed because there's only 1 backup Serah. So all these other Serahs are going to be forwards. And so we have our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 backups of the deck. And 3 of them are Mog. 1 of them is Serah. So we got Mog backup on 3 here. It's going to be a search, just like the Lumina. Says when it enters the battlefield, you may search for a cat 13 and put it into your hand. The other one says when Mog enters the battlefield, remove the top card of your deck from the game. You may cast it this turn. The cost required is reduced by 2. Nice, that's pretty cool. Then we have the cost 2 Mog on the backup. It's saying card name Serah you control gains plus 1,000. I guess it targets it and buffs it. It's not all card name Serahs, but the card name Serah, like choose 1. And then when Mog 13 is put into the field from the field into the break zone, choose 1 forward and freeze it. Then we have the last one, which is a cost 1, saying the card name Serah. I love that they are literally naming Serah as in support. Cannot be chosen by your opponent's summon abilities. The card name Serah, so it's choosing again. Although I don't know. I think these 2 are for all the Serahs. I'm not sure though. Then we have a 0 cost, choose 1 13 forward, it gains 2000 power until the end of turn. You can only use this ability once per turn. Nice. So you can't just keep adding 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000, but it costs 0 because it wants it to be activated. Nice. Then we have these two randos. It's gonna be Aloe Dye, I don't know what it means, and Valfodder. So like I said, their effects don't matter. They're just for pitching them to cast your other cards. So for example, we got this Mog, discard this card, play Mog. This Mog plays this Mog, or discard this card, discard this card, play this Mog, that kind of thing. Then tap this one, play this one. It's pretty cool. Yeah, so that's it. Then we have the Serah. Let's see. It's going to be a backup. If you control card name Snow, it cannot be chosen by your opponent's abilities. There's no snows. There's no snows in this deck. Too bad. But yeah, we needed the backup, and it's a Serah, so we're gonna keep it there. It's a 2, so it doesn't really matter what its effect is at this point. Then we have a cost 3 Serah over here. It says when Serah enters the battlefield, if you control 2 or more ice characters other than Serah, so maybe 2 Mogs, yep, or these, they're characters too, right? Are monsters characters? I'm not sure. Your opponent discards 1 card from their hand, and then when Serah enters the field, if you control a Cat 13 character of any element other than ice, ooh, these 2, then draw 1 card. That's gonna be on the less used, because what are the odds of these showing up? I'm not sure. Then we have the other 3 cost Serah, saying tab and put 1 card name Mog into the break zone, choose up to 2 forwards and dull them. Then you can pay ice and tap it and choose 1 card named Mog in your break zone and play it into the field. So it lets you tap and sacrifice a Mog, and then it lets you tap and get a Mog back. Pretty cool. Recursion. So then we have a 5 cost Serah over here. It says EX Burst. When Serah enters the field, you may search for 1 job Moogle. Yes, they support each other. Nice. And add it to your hand. Then when Serah attacks, activate all the job Moogle you control. And you can also discard 1 job Moogle and choose 1 light, 1 forward and dull it. Nice. So Moogles and Serahs are pretty much hand in hand here. That's perfect. Then we have another one of those, cost 4 forwards, saying when Serah enters the field, choose as many characters as Cat 13 characters you control and dull them. That's gonna be big. That's really good. And then you can dull 2 of yours and choose a forward and freeze it. That's okay. Then we have another 3 cost Serah. It says when she enters the battlefield, your opponent singular discards a card from his or her hand. We have another 5 cost here. It says when Serah enters the battlefield, reveal the top 5 cards from your deck, add 1 backup among them to your hand, or play 1 job Moogle backup among them into the field. That's pretty good. And then return the others to the bottom of your deck in any order. Oh, okay, kind of a scratch. Then when Serah attacks, choose 1 character, dull and freeze it. If you control 4 or more backups, your opponent discards 1 card as well. Ooh, this is a really good card. They're actually both pretty good. They're very good. Then we have another EX Burst one, but this one's cost 2. It says when she enters the battlefield, search for 1 card named Mog of cost 1 and add it to your hand. Okay, specifically that one, huh? And then when a job Moogle enters your field, choose 2 characters, dull them or activate them. This is good because it can ramp you if you activate the dulled backups, or you can dull the opponent's stuff, and then you can break it with other things if they're dull already. That's something Ice does a lot, and this only happens once per turn. And then you can sacrifice the Serah with Frost Strike and tap this one, choose 1 forward, deal it 8,000 damage. This is removal, and this damage race removal is so uncommon in Ice. interesting. Then we have the last one, cost 2 Serah. Says whenever it enters the battlefield, choose one forward an opponent controls. If you control a cat 13 forward other than Serah, dull it and freeze it. The only forward we got is the lightning and the Moogle. Oh no, these two become forwards in our turn, so that helps out. And then I think other than Serah, by this Serah means this card, not card name Serah like we see in the other ones. But yeah, when Serah attacks, you may pay 2 lightning. If you do so, your opponent discards 1 card from his or her hand. So as you can see, it's a lot of discarding, dulling, freezing, breaking. It's gonna be like removal and kind of like a slow play where you're not letting your opponent do things, and then it's their turn, and then it's your turn, you're not letting them do things, their turn, your turn. It's gonna be that cycle of them just passing because they can't do stuff, and you're gonna play on their turn too by dulling their stuff like that. And then you can just on your turn get Mogs get Serahs, and that, so on and so forth. Pretty good stuff. It's also pretty good that you get mana sinks all around, so that's pretty nice. But yeah, this is an interesting deck. It could just be ice, like I said. We can take these away, we can take these away, and if we have more ice cards, that'd be cool. But for now, that's what it's gonna be, because that's the card pool, and we are not scraping the bottom yet. This is pretty flavor and function, flavorful and functional. So we're not there yet, but that was pretty tight because these decks are really well knit to their specific elements summon. So yeah, with that being said, comment about that. Which one is your favorite Serah, and which one is your favorite Mog? I didn't know there were many. With this crystal one, that's weird, and we got a black one and the 2 white ones. Those are the ones that I've seen before. But yeah, let me know about that in the comments, as well as like, share, subscribe, and follow for more. Okay, I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.